best-selling authors. That individual is a rainmaker without being a salesman. Or for that matter, take a chief technology officer at a high-tech Silicon Valley company who is an inveterate geek but has the special capability to anticipate trends in technology, which allows his company to gain a competitive edge and raise the bar for the entire industry. Think of a surgeon who actively cultivates industry contracts and is visible at various platforms. As a result, she gets favorable press that helps her hospital stay ahead of the competition. In the process, the hospital is chosen to receive government funding for research in a new area, leaving its competition behind. In each case, the professional involved is not just doing a first-rate job in his or her own specialized area, but also actively seeking opportunities to expand the organization's revenue, profitability, reputation, and overall impact. The professional is personally enhancing the organizational brand value. She is a living logo. It is important to remember that rainmakers were not born with any sort of special ability. Rather, they cultivated their skills with conscious effort, and over a long period of time, they recognized rainmaking as a professional requirement that would allow them to make a large impact. When you observe such people closely, you can discern a set of practices they do almost effortlessly. But as I said, developing this talent begins with recognizing that it is a matter of priority, an important deliverable for anyone in a position of consequence in the organization. At the core of that organization is respect for the larger goals of the organization. You cannot be head of R&D or production or supply chain or HR and not recognize the value of improved sales, profitability, or other things that affect the competitiveness and leadership of the overall system. This means, in some sense, we're all salesmen and women. In today's hyper-competitive world, selling is not an option at a senior level. Someone sells the product or service to an end customer. Others sell the brand, the image, the technology prowess, employment, and the financial transparency of the organization to stakeholders. That said, people are seldom trained for it. I have met Bill Gates only once. He was visiting India in the year 2000, and my boss was invited to be a part of a small group of industry leaders to listen to him. My boss could not attend, and so sent me. I was very flattered and flew in all the way to Delhi from Bangalore, hoping that the man would enlighten me about the future of future. When Gates appeared and took the podium, he spoke evangelically about something I felt to be quite devastating. He spoke about how Microsoft Windows would change the world. My first reaction was disbelief, replaced by disappointment. As I returned to Bangalore, suddenly it dawned on me why Bill Gates was selling Windows. After all, what else did we have? And what if he did not sell Windows? How on earth could he expect his field force to believe in it? Bill Gates believed his number one job was to sell Microsoft and its products. Anything esoteric fills his ego, but not his coffers. That is the reason why Microsoft is where it is today. Despite what detractors may say of it, whether it is Jeff Immelt of GE, Larry Ellison of Oracle, Richard Branson of Virgin, or Indra Nooyi of PepsiCo, today's successful CEO is focused on his or her company's revenue and reputation. He uses important platforms and connections, goes along to make a sales call or join in for a closing. These initiatives give him a first-hand customer perspective as well as providing the sales organization with the motivation to do a better job. Today's CEO is a rainmaker. People who inspire to larger responsibilities better master the art of rainmaking well in advance and certainly before the organizational lineup to pick up the chosen one. Rainmakers are constantly searching for opportunities to pass on to their sales organization any knowledge they gain through contracts, competitor information, reading, trade shows, meetings, and networking. Who is doing that? And who is saying what? Are often critical pieces of organizational knowledge that can only be acquired through the eyes and ears of a seasoned professional. Thus, attending industry events and trade shows results in important learning points for any organization. And it is not just the sales personnel who need to go. Sometimes, the most valuable leads are generated not by salespeople, but by employees in other departments who must train to spot and seize opportunities. There are a few other aspects of rainmaking that all of us should know about. A rainmaker is invariably a good spokesperson. He is able to articulate statements on behalf of his organization to the outside world. Sometimes, all of us need to present a point of view to the trade press. Sometimes, we are called upon to make a presentation to a trade body or a financial analyst. In a world of global business, we all have to play host to an overseas delegation every now and then. Chances are, in addition to making a presentation on your organization, you will have to answer a barrage of questions on your organization, on the industry, and quite often on your country's policy issue.